Do you know what causes 90% of traders around the world to fail? I'm not talking about strategies, technical analysis, news, or even insider information. The real reason is psychology and the lack of understanding of the market's true nature. I've been trading for over 10 years. I've blown up accounts, doubled accounts in a few weeks, and stayed up all night watching my money vanish completely helpless. But do you know what transformed me from a dreamer into a consistent, profitable trader? It was when I realized that trading is not a game of being right or wrong. It's a game of probability, risk management, and most importantly, self-control. Today I want to share with you 10 harsh but necessary truths that anyone serious about surviving and succeeding in the markets must know. These aren't just theories, they're paid for with my own blood, sweat, and tears and those of my fellow traders. You might not like what you're about to hear, it might even frustrate you, but it's the truth. If you're ready, let's dive into the first truth every trader must accept. 1. 90% of traders lose money, not because they can't analyze. Here's the paradox. Most losing traders aren't bad at analysis. You might master technical analysis, memorize every candlestick pattern, supply and demand zones, Fibonacci levels, RSI signals. You might even predict the market's direction 70 to 80% of the time. Yet you still lose. Why? Because you can't control yourself when things don't go as expected. I've coached traders from beginners to fund managers, and the common thread among those who lose is this. They know what they should do, but they just don't do it. They know they should cut losses, but they hold on hoping the price will come back. They know they should let winners run, but they close early out of fear. See, the market is not a place where logic reigns. If it were an AI robot, would have won it all by now. But human psychology, greed, fear, ego, impatience gets in the way. Even when we know we're wrong, we refuse to act. So if you're focusing on learning yet another indicator or strategy, stop for a second. What you truly need to learn is how to trade without letting yourself self-destruct. Remember, methodology is just 20%. The other 80% is psychology and discipline. 2. Accept that losing money is part of trading. If you can't accept losing money, then trading is not for you. It sounds harsh, but that's the truth I learned after hundreds of stop losses. Trading is not a salaried job or a long-term investment. It's a game of probabilities. No matter how good your system is, there will always be losing streaks. And if your mindset can't handle losses, you'll inevitably fall into bigger traps, increasing lot sizes, revenge trading, or abandoning every rule just to win it back. This is why risk management is the absolute core of any trading method. Professional traders don't ask, "Will I be right?" They ask, "If I'm wrong, how much will I lose? And if I'm right, how much can I make?" You need at least a 1-2 or higher risk-reward ratio on every trade. And most importantly, risk no more than 1 to 2% of your account per position. Why? Because trading isn't about one big win, it's a long game. You need capital to stay in the game. Losing a few trades won't kill you. But without risk discipline, one wrong trade could wipe out your entire account. A pro isn't someone who always wins. A pro is someone who knows how to lose safely. 3. Overtrading is the fastest path to blowing your account. One of the most common mistakes I see even in experienced traders is overtrading. Why? Because every time you sit in front of a chart, you feel like you have to do something. Not taking a trade feels like you're wasting time. But trading isn't a 9-to-5 job. No one pays you to click buttons. You get paid for the quality of your decisions, not the quantity. When I reviewed my first 2 years of trading, I realized over 60% of my trades were pointless. I simply couldn't sit still when the market moved. The result, losses piled up, not just financial, but psychological exhaustion, leading to more mistakes. The solution is clear. Establish clear trading rules. How many trades maximum per week? What are the non-negotiable conditions to enter a trade? At what percentage of loss will you stop for the day or week? Overtrading kills accounts, but worse, it destroys your mental capital long before your account hits zero. 4. The market owes you nothing. Remember this. The market doesn't owe you a damn thing. It doesn't care how much you just lost. It doesn't care that you need to recover. It doesn't care that you feel you deserve a win. But unfortunately, many traders behave as if the market owes them a comeback. Lose a few trades, increase position size to recover. Miss a good setup. Force the next trade, even if the setup isn't there. That's revenge trading, a dangerous mindset. I've been caught in that spiral. I've blown accounts in a single afternoon trying to chase losses. Eventually, I learned opportunities are infinite, but your account balance is not. You need to act like a sniper, not a machine gunner. Wait for the perfect shot. Just because you haven't traded in a while doesn't mean you should pull the trigger randomly. The market rewards patience. If you're impatient, the market will teach you to wait by taking your money. 5. Great traders. Think about losing first, not winning. When you place a trade, what's your first thought? If you're thinking, how much can I make? Congratulations, you're already starting on the wrong foot. I've interviewed professional traders managing millions. They never ask, how much will I profit? Instead, they ask, if I'm wrong, how much will I lose? That's the difference between a gambler and a businessman in the markets. Amateurs dream about profits. Professionals are obsessed with risk control. This is why big funds risk only 0.5% to 1% per trade. They understand the nature of probability. A losing streak of 5 to 7 trades is inevitable. If you risk 10% per trade, 5 losses in a row will nearly wipe you out. The key: always maintain a risk-reward ratio of at least 1:2 or 1:3. If you don't know your potential loss before entering, you're not trading, you're gambling. A great trader isn't the one who predicts markets best. It's the one who controls risk well enough to survive and thrive when probabilities align. 6. Big profits come from boring consistency. They're boring. Seriously, top traders trade the same setups with the same rules on the same time frames until it becomes second nature. No emotions, no thrill, no go big or go home. Meanwhile, losing traders constantly chase excitement. A new indicator, a new strategy, a new market. They're not looking to profit, they're looking to feel alive. But the market doesn't pay for creativity. It pays for consistency. Once I realized this, I simplified everything. A few reliable candlestick patterns. One fixed time frame. Only enter when the checklist is fully satisfied. Guess what? Profits became steadier, my emotions stabilized, and honestly, trading became boring. But the account grew. If you're chasing thrills, you're in the wrong business. Don't make trading exciting. Make your account grow, that's the real fun. 7. The most dangerous emotion, arrogance. Among all the emotions traders face, greed, fear, hope, there's one deadliest of them all. Arrogance. I've seen it and I've lived it. Win a few trades and you start thinking, I've got this. I finally understand the market. That's when the trap snaps shut. You start increasing position sizes, loosening discipline, thinking you can predict every move. Then one wrong wave and everything you built evaporates. The market doesn't care who you are, how smart you think you are, or how much you've won. It can crush your ego in an instant. A mentor once told me, every time you think you're smart, withdraw 50% of your profits. That'll keep your ego in check. Humility keeps you alive in trading. Arrogance needs to be right a few times to bankrupt you for life. Instead of asking, how can I win big, ask, how can I lose and still come back stronger? 8. 95% of trading is waiting. When I started, I thought pros stare at screens all day, constantly in and out of trades. The truth: 95% of a professional trader's time is waiting. Waiting for the market to come to your setup, your price zone, your risk management criteria. Only 5% of the time is for actual decision-making, and that takes just minutes. Because the market isn't always in optimal condition. If you trade when it's not, you're gambling with a pro trader's disguise. I once coached a young trader who asked, how do I make money if I'm not trading all day? I told him, "You make money by trading quality, not quantity. A few precise trades per month can secure consistent profits. That's why pros can sit for hours or days without taking action. Patience isn't passive, it's purposeful. So next time you feel like trading, just because ask yourself, am I trading the right conditions or just afraid of missing out?" 9. Don't try to master every market. I've seen too many traders behave like shoppers at a buffet, Forex in the morning, crypto in the afternoon, stocks at night. They jump markets hoping to find easy money everywhere, but they end up mediocre everywhere. You might master Bitcoin but be clueless about US stocks. You might read EUR/USD waves but get lost in commodities. Every market has its behavior rhythm and participant psychology. You can't apply one-size-fits-all. The best traders pick one or two markets, study them deeply, understand their movements, their active hours, even the patterns of institutional players. Just like you can't excel in boxing, soccer, and tennis all at once, depth beats breadth in trading. Specialize, and you'll have a real competitive edge. So if you're feeling scattered, hopping from Forex to crypto to gold stop, pick your playground, master it so well that others come to you when they want to trade it. The market doesn't pay the well-informed, it pays the deeply informed. 10. The most dangerous enemy is you. At the end of the day, your deadliest opponent isn't the market, the whales, or the AI bots. It's you. Your ego, arrogance, greed, fear, that itch to revenge trade after a loss, all from within. I used to think I needed better technical skills, more patterns, more strategies. But I've learned that trading is really about emotional mastery. You lose not because of a random pump dump, but because you don't follow the discipline you set for yourself. You say you'll cut at 2% loss, but you hold on hoping. You say you'll only trade when all signals align, but you jump in afraid to miss out. Trading is psychological warfare with yourself. Every day you battle. Patience versus impatience. Discipline versus emotion. Logic versus impulse. Only when you win this internal war will you truly win money from the market. Trading isn't a battle with the market. It's a battle within. We've just walked through 10 truths that might make some people want to quit trading altogether. But let me be real with you. If you can't accept these truths, the market will eliminate you sooner or later. Trading is not for thrill seekers or people chasing quick cash. It's a real business demanding iron discipline, mental fortitude, and humility. The market isn't your enemy. The real enemy is always you. You don't trade to beat the market, you trade to beat your insecurities, your ego, your greed, and your fears. Control yourself. You survive. Lose control. You're out. So stop chasing the next shiny strategy or indicator. Spend more time training your mindset, mastering risk management, focusing on the market you know best, and accept that profits come from boring, consistent effort. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss upcoming deep dives on trading psychology, capital management, and battle-tested strategies. And tell me in the comments, what do you think, is trading really a war with yourself? I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.